Danny, did you enjoy that?
No. Up 2-0, I felt like it could have been a little more, go win 3-0, 3-1, whatever the case may be. But I knew he was going to fight back the way he was supposed to play, and he did the next two sets. And no, I didn't enjoy it at all. I enjoyed it when I hit the double 20, and I got so many shots at the double, and we both were missing, and I was just lucky enough to hit it.
It's amazing how games of darts can change just like that. There was one shot, he took out a 1-4-6 when it looked like you were going to win 3-0, and it completely turned the tide. He won the next 6 legs.
Yes.
What do you feel like when that's happening?
Well, I wasn't counting, but I knew I haven't shot at a double in a long time. So when he won the next 6 legs, it was like just a monster that came out, and he just showed what kind of player he was and is, and how he's been playing all year. So I don't know, man. It's just a lot of mixed emotions. I was lucky enough to win that leg at the double one after so many darts, and I held my throw. So
that final set, it's probably the most drama we've had at this William Hill World Championship so far. How did you keep it together? I mean, you're both walking down the runway. You're about 30 feet away from the board at times in that one, just trying to keep calm.
Yeah, it's funny because I felt like I was calm the whole time. I just either was pushing or just holding on. Everyone gets nervous, and I don't know. I felt like it was out of my hands multiple times with him at the board, and prayers were answered, I guess.
We've seen you win titles on big stages in America, but last year qualifying for this. Is there anything in your experience of playing this sport that's anything like that match you've just experienced?
No, not at all. And my match with Jeff Smith and able to beat a player like him to get here last year was unbelievable. Drama there, but this tops it all. To able to beat a player like Damon Heta, and North American darts is coming up with Matt Campbell and Danny Laube and Jeff Smith. You guys know, and I just want to show that we belong. I belong, and I believe. So here I am.
Heck of an effort from you guys. I mean, you've all been really impressive, and all those guys have lost 3-2 when they've gone out of the tournament, and yet there hasn't been a lot of competitive action for a lot of you guys. I know Jeff's been playing the tour over here, but it's some effort for you guys to step up and perform in the way you have.
Yeah, we have this great thing going in CDC, and we're able to up our game and play the level of play every single weekend, or at least one week in a month, to where before we weren't able to. So, we just want to show that we belong. And it's just, they draw an American or a Canadian, and they're like, oh, we're in the second round, whatever the case may be. You hear those stories. But I believe on any given day that if I play well enough, I don't care who you are, I think I can win. So.
Even if you're a two-time world champion like Adrian Jackpot Lewis, are you facing that?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Adrian Lewis, obviously, I looked up to and still look up to, and all the other players. But I can't control what he does. I can only control what I do and myself and the board. And if I still play my game and I'm able to convert like I'm supposed to and score like I'm supposed to and like I know I can, I think I can win.
Great stuff. Well played tonight.
Thanks.
Danny, coming up that hill again this year, was it the same feeling and the same excitement as what it was last year?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. It was more so business for me this time. The first time, it's like a little boy's dream come true to play at Alexandra Palace and to be here, just to be here. And I was able to beat Andy in the first round and to play Nathan in the second round and lose 3-1. I don't know if I was okay with it, but I was content with it. And to come back this time to draw Damon Heta in the first round, I know everyone picked Damon to win, which I'm okay with. I look at stuff like that because it gives me kind of fire. So it's more business this time than it was last year.
You broke onto the scene last year with your stunning performances here. Has it been slightly frustrating that you couldn't capitalise on that to the full in 2020, obviously due to circumstances beyond your control, but I'm guessing you're not where you wanted to be right now?
Yeah, it's crazy because right after the CDC event back in the States, I felt like I was on top of the U.S. scene and North American scene, and no disrespect to Jeff or Matt Campbell or any players back home, I just felt like I was the best player, but not being able to travel and having to play at home and stuff like that, it wasn't the same. So, being able to come back here and to play like I did up until the barrage of 30 darts at the double, it came back to me, and I felt like, I still have more to give.
I know last year you said you were going to go to Q school but couldn't due to other circumstances. Is the plan to put that right and go this year, or is it not?
Yeah, my entry's already in, and last year was unfortunate due to the kids and stuff like that. Family life gets in the way, I guess. I love my family, but this year it won't happen again, and I'm gonna make sure I'm there because I feel like I belong here.
Like Dan said, with North American darts, there's so many of you now. Do you feel you're on the cusp of something huge in North America, breaking onto that world circuit as a group of players?
Yeah, I think there's before where there may be one or two, there could be 5 to 10 if we just come out and show what we can do. There's so many players now that hit the 90+ average range, and that we need to compete and hitting our doubles and so forth. There's so many of us out there that if we just go to Q school, we'll show everyone that we belong, and it's not just overseas, it's North America as well that belongs.
Danny, congratulations, mate. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Danny, you certainly lived up to your nickname in that final leg, a leg that was worth £7,500.
Yeah, man, what a match that was. I like I said, I don't know. First of all, prayers to my sponsor from Dart Brokers. He just passed away suddenly, and someone told me that he'd be here with me, and gosh, I feel like he was.
Can you just explain what the feeling is like and what the pressure is like when you decide you're of that magnitude?
Yeah, I'm a big, I never forget where I come from, so I get a lot of messages from thousands and thousands and thousands of people, it seems like, back in the States. So, I'm not only playing for myself, my family, I'm playing for North America. Same like Jeff, I know he gets the same. Matt as well, Danny, and anyone else that comes over. So I don't show it, but the pressure's there to feel like you have to win. But ultimately, I do it for myself, and I do it to show all the guys backstage, all the guys that are in the bracket that, hey, I know you guys seen Damon wanting to come through there, and you guys didn't want to see him. Well, here I am.
You talked about Q school, but have you seeked any advice from any of the players that you know, and from Jeff or even somebody like John Parr? Yeah,
John Parr, him and I go way back, and I talked to John a few times. Jeff as well. Jeff coming here was unbelievably helpful, and hats off to you, Mr. Smith. The conversations between him and I were wonderful, and not only that, I want to give a shout out to Devin Peterson. Him and I talk a lot, and he never shies away from answering my messages, even though I'm in America, and he's always quick to answer. And he told me, he said, if I believe, I can beat anyone here. And I felt like that was the greatest advice ever, and I do believe, and that's the reason why I'm going to Q school.
All right, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.